Yeah, I just came out here. This field behind the house. I gotta run to the feed mill, so I thought, well, I'll shell a few of these and see what the moisture's testing. Ain't the biggest ears. You know, it's spread about 8 inches. Yeah, I can tell you in a minute. Forgot I do have a tape measure in the truck. Yeah, ain't far off. 7, 8 inches. 7. That one's almost 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 around. But you can see there, probably can't see it. I can't even, got such a glare I can't even see what I got down there. Yeah, I'll show it here afterward. But they are fairly small kernels. But so what? Because when I buy seed corn, sometimes the bags weigh 45 pounds for 80,000 kernels, and sometimes it weighs 54 pounds for 80,000 kernels. So, even the master seed growers don't get big kernels all the time either. This might be a little higher moisture than I figure it is. It ain't shelling out the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That one's 18. I have to look to see if this corn is a fixed ear. Well, it can't be a fixed ear if I'm getting 18 and 20. I'm betting this is still probably... Well, you watch all everybody else's videos. There's 16, 17. Very few are saying anything over 20. Let's see what this one is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's another 20. So which is better, having an ear with 20 rows on it and small kernels, or an ear with 14 rows and bigger kernels? Again, everybody goes for looks. It's about the quality. And like I said, I think this is probably going to be a higher. I think that one should shell a lot easier than that. I ain't count the rows on these. So that's what I got off of 5 years. This doesn't have no graduations on it anyhow. This is actually a calibration cup for a sprayer. Never been used for that. But several years ago they were handing them out for free at the spray classes. It was sponsored by Penn State, and it gives you all the directions on how to calibrate a sprayer. Like a 20-inch spacing, I believe it's, you mark out 203 feet. And then you take your tractor, put it in the gear you want, figure on spraying on, you time how long it takes you to go across that. Me spraying 5th gear with the 20-inch spacing, it takes me about 26 seconds to drive that far. So then you go behind the nozzles. I got another jug with the 1 ounce markings, and you hold the jug underneath the tip for that 26 seconds. And for me, I should get 20 ounces. That makes it 20 gallons to the acre. That's what I spray. It's how I spray. You can get lower or less, whatever you want, but we're gonna see what this test. Like I say, I'm betting this is. I mean, it's dry enough to shell, but whether it's something I want. I mean, I still got several days getting stuff ready. It might be next month before, like I say, right now the holdup's going to be finding a wagon. I got a couple located, but they're on an auction. But the auction ain't until November 2nd. So, still looking if I find something else different before then. But these will be the cheapest ones. They got 2 wagons. They're just boxes on the ground. That's all I want. Something like that might go for $100 at an auction. I mean, they're a little bit rough. One doesn't have the tray to it. The other one, they got the back side of the wagon picture, and I don't know what the other side looks like. Plus, the one that they do show, the door handle is screwed up, but things can be made to make that work. That's not a big issue. So, again, if I can get them for $100, I mean, I'll buy both of them for $100 each or whatever. I got 2 running gear. I got a 10-ton sitting here that I got to get tires on, and I got a 12-ton tandem down here with this old silage wagon on it. Either one, both can be under wagons. So I am speeding up the test. So I say, it'd be nice, like I say, if I can get down, so I don't have to pay drying on it. Put it in storage over at the mill and be done. That's the thing too, whether I decide to sell it or whether I decide to keep it and mix up some of my own feed with it. But do I really need to do that if I got the corn silage to feed? So I'm gonna go run and do that, then I'm gonna come back. Well, it looks like I got plenty of time to chase parts for this sheller. I knew this was wet yet. I knew it was going to be over 20%. And I'm not surprised. 27%. That's a little bit of a surprise. So, I guess I'm going to have plenty of time. At least 2 weeks. Even if I lost a point a day, which is practically impossible this time of year. It might the next couple of days. Today we're supposed to be near 80 and it's breezy out. Tomorrow it's supposed to be near 70 and windy. But we got a chance of rain, so it might not dry much. Raining late in the day. But even if I lost a half a point a day, 2 weeks, that's 7 points. It still only gets me down to 20% in about 2 weeks. Now the corn down to my cousins might be a little bit drier. Like I say, this is a 104-day corn that I planted May 22nd, I think. Maybe the 24th. Had to have been the 22nd. I know I planted late. And I didn't... The other corn was a 95 or 98 day corn. I can't remember now. I planted about a week later. So... But that might have a faster dry down. I should have stopped down there and shelled some of that. I went right by there today. It would take me 10 minutes to run up there and grab a half dozen ears. Well, I made a little progress on this trying to get it to go. So I guess, like I said, the biggest problem I had last year when I tried to start it is I burnt the battery cable off. And, it corroded and rotted off. So I got a new one on there for that. battery, from what I thought was going to be a piece of junk, it took charge. And the positive terminal's crap on it, but it's making connection and seems to be going. I filled the radiator with water and it didn't go down anywhere. And here I thought it was just leaking like a sieve somewhere. But the problem I got right now is it won't start though. Fuel pump kicks on. But it won't fire off. I pulled all the fuel lines loose, cracked them, and ain't getting nothing nowhere. I can get fuel to this filter. That's the fuel pump there. It's pumping fuel this far, but it's not going through the injectors. I cracked the injectors up there and don't get nothing. So this has got all that electric fuel shut off and shit on it. So I gotta tilt this cab up here, get a chance. I'm gonna do that today. So either I got a bad connection, I think that's just a ground there. But what I gotta do some research and find out which one. I know there's 3 relays inside once you lift this cab up in there. And one of them is bound to be for the fuel pump or something like that. So I gotta figure that out yet. And then I gotta make sure it's running first. I'm gonna need tires for it. And the Maxwells will do anything with them, but right now I want to get it running and moving. Or at least moved out of here. So that's what I've done today so far. Now I'm gonna get that bagger cleaned up and be done with that for now. So that's the next job on the project. That and maybe the silage wagons. Maybe I'll get them cleaned off and parked off the side and be done with that. And I say, since I can't shell corn, I say maybe I should go relook at some of this hay I got and see if there is more to do and get that done this weekend. On the next job, I guess. Yeah, I'm calling it done for today. Did several jobs I need to get caught up on, get ahead of that a little bit. Like I said, just screwing around with that skid steer, trying to troubleshoot that, and then since that one run, and I said, well, I might as well get this cleaned up. And I didn't video any of that and I didn't wash anything. I just took the air compressor and blew the heaviest shit off. But I didn't record that because I find them to be the most boring, asinine videos. I don't give a shit about watching somebody power wash something, washing windows. But we cleaned that up. Got these 2 cleaned up. And I was gonna stick it over here too. Oh, damn it! I didn't have enough room. Or it wasn't gonna work out. I got the tether cleaned up. And that's back out of the way. And I always set that spread out because the way them wheels are, if they're up in the air, water will get around them and sit in them rims and get in the bearings. So I put it down, plus I could get into them arms, teeth arms, freeze and crack. And I guess I still can because they are pointing open up in the air. But I haven't had that problem. But that's done for the winter. And them are done. Let me see. The hay rake's the only other thing, but I say I might be doing some here yet. I might need the hay rake. So the thinner hay, I might double them up. And next day or two, maybe I'll try to work on this thing. Get rid of this. I know where one tire is. I took 2 tires off this. This is a 12-ton tandem gear underneath this. And one tire's on the chopper. I don't know where the other one ended up. So, but I got that other spare rim I can put on. I can get this rolling. But I don't know what the hell. I mean, it's a 920 Gale wagon. Mechanically, it's solid. The only thing this really needs is a beater. Wall shut. I rebuilt this wagon once years ago. And why did I park this one? Must be because the boards were starting to rot or something. I don't know. That's a mahogany floor in there. If anybody cares. That was all. This is all just plain T111. It was treated 2x4s and cross members. And I was just going to put treated plywood in the bottom. But the dealer I went, or the home building I went to, when they priced it out, I told them I wanted something that's going to hold up to wet material sitting on all the time. And one problem with plywood, and it's like you can see there, the ends curl up if you don't have them nailed all the way across. Well, like I say, they had mahogany and it worked out to about the same price. I don't know if that's something they just wanted to clean out or what, but again, I guess, like I say, not much I can do with this. I just cut this all off and scrap it. Oh, there is a tire under there. Oh, good. I mean, so I was leaning. I thought the tire was gone. Yeah, this will be easy to get off. All I got to do is straps and bolt around the frame of it. Unbolt them, and I'll just take the skid steer and lift it up and flip it over. That makes it easier if I find a gravity box. The other running gear I need all 4 tires for. This one, I only need 1 tire. It's going to kind of look kind of dumb using a 12-ton running gear on like a 165 bushel gravity wagon, but hey, what do I care? Run what you brung. So with that, I guess I'm going to call this a day. Probably should have mowed the rest of some more of that hay. Mowed it this morning, baled tonight. The way today was, it was going to dry fast, so probably could have done it in one day. But I'm done for the night for now for a little bit, and then until I go feed the heifers, and then I'll be done for the night. Oh, that's the other thing. I covered up my Gandy. So hopefully that motor won't screw up by next year. I usually cover it in winter, and I didn't cover it last year, and that's where I had the problems with that motor going, so I got it covered this year. So with that being said, I guess I'm done. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.